Okay. So whatever file you're currently clicked in, if you hit Command F, it'll bring up a search bar. That will search this file. So for instance, if you're trying to search something here, you'll have to click over here in the CSS and then hit Command F. Even though it's over here, it's for the CSS file. Does that make sense? So whatever file you're in, hit Command F. And then what I'm looking for is I'm looking for You've Got Mail. Okay? And so it's going to start to highlight anything that's you've, all right, until I click off of it. All right? So that's a really easy way for me to find all the instances of You've Got Mail. So here's I believe this is the menu, correct? Okay. So check it out. Here is the tag for a link, all right? What we can refer to this as is we're wrapping this H4 tag in I'm just going to move this just so we can see it really clearly, Alex. Okay, so we have our H4 tag, which is for this menu item here. Okay, and then this H4 tag is wrapped, so if it makes more sense for you to see it this way, inside an A tag. Okay, so the A tag, in its most basic iteration, looks like this. That's our A tag. A tag is a link. It always means a link. Okay, and then the attribute href is what we are linking to. Okay, so inside of my opening tag, I'll do the href attribute, and then from here you can link to absolute links, URLs, or you can link to relative links, which are your pages. Okay, so see how we have some options here? I can find my other HTML pages. All right, so this is exactly how you would link your other HTML pages. Okay, you would just find your other HTML pages, and that's what would go in here. So Alex, I believe this is your second page. Okay. And then if you wanted to link to an external page, so let's just look up something on Jiffy, because I believe you have to have external links in your project as well. Let's say we want to link to Jiffy. I literally just copy the whole URL. You need the HTTPS for sure. And instead of linking your page, you will literally just put the address of the website. Does that make sense to everybody? Any questions about that at all? Okay, so right now, this A tag, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So for instance, if you only wanted to just, that's a really great GIF. If you only wanted to link to this page, you can go to copy image address, just to show you, and that'll just be the image. Okay, so then, yeah, you can copy this. This is just a general Jiffy page, but yeah, you can just send them directly to that image. Okay, and then it'll show you exactly what that looks like. You could also, just an FYI, you can also import, like, so your images that you're saving in your image folder, you can also call those as an absolute link, right? So you can just host them on the internet somewhere else, bring them into your web page, and then style them just like they're stored in your images folder. FYI, okay? But it would have to be, for instance, you wouldn't be able to link to, this version of it. It would have to be this copy image address to the absolute link of the image. Does that make sense? So pretty much instead of going into the images folder and grabbing your image, you're just going out to the internet and grabbing your image. So that's another option for linking images. Okay, so any questions about this? Oh, one other thing that I wanted to say was, right now, this is nothing. Like, this is not going to link to anything because it's not wrapping anything, okay? What I can do is so let's turn Alex's home here into a link to SpongeBob, all right? So what I would have to do is I would just have to wrap this other H4 class in the A tag. Okay, so now this is wrapped. I'll save, I'll refresh this page here. Okay, so now I have two links, and if I click here, it's going to take me to Patrick. All right, what can I do if I want this to open in an external page? If I wanted to if I wanted to actually open in another tab, does anybody know how to do that? All right, so you just add another attribute. You add it right after your link, and the attribute is target blank. Okay, this attribute. Notice how it's just it's literally just after the closing quote mark of your URL. So target blank just means open in a new tab. Okay, so now when I go back here and I click home, it'll open up a new tab. So then I have 2 tabs there. Does that make sense to everyone? So that's really handy, especially if you're going to be linking somewhere else, right? If you're linking to a SpongeBob GIF, but you still want to be on your page, you're gonna want to utilize like just staying within your project, but then also opening up new tabs. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay. Any questions at all about linking things? You can wrap any element you want in an A tag. It doesn't just have to be type. When you wrap type in an A tag, however, it does give you this custom browser standard styling of the underline and the blue, which we all know as a link, right? So if you want to undo that, just to show you, okay, you would go into, let me find it, here we go. So the home link, you would go in here and you would say text decoration, none, if you wanted to get rid of that. So see how that none got rid of the underline? Okay, because text decoration is how you would say an underline, or you could do fancier things like overline, so the line goes over the type. But you have a bunch of options. You could do a dotted line, a double line. You have a bunch of different options. The other thing that you can do is you can go in here and say color, and you can, you know, have all of your links be aquamarine, okay? And the way that you would style that is you would target the A tag, right? Because most of the time when you have links on a website, you want them to all remain consistent so that people know that they're links. So how you would do that is you would target the A tag up. Alex, good job keeping all this browser standard stuff together. Same thing here. It doesn't get any punctuation because it's just the name of the tag, right? So then you would put that in here. You know, you would do your color, and then you would do your text decoration. All right, you could do text decoration color. Okay, there's all these different things. Maybe we'll do overline. All right, so then now I have this style here, okay? And notice how it's applied to any of the links. Anything that's a link is now styled in this way, okay? Also, a little bonus one, you can change your cursor. These are all the fun things that you can do with your cursor. So maybe we want to do help. All right, so the help cursor, instead of being, whoops, it'll now be, so see how that's a help sign instead of the little hand sign? Everybody see that? You can change it. You have a bunch of other things, so try copy just to show you your different options here. All right, so that's what your cursor would look like when you hover over that. All right, so I think that's like a fun, weird thing that you can do, little micro interactions, you know. You can have some fun with that. You can also put images. So you could do a cursor URL here, link to an image, so that when you hover over something, an image of a cat shows up. I don't know, whatever you want. Okay, so let's leave it at this for now. I'm gonna stop the video.